Well, Susannah Streeter is Head of Money and Markets at Hargreaves Lansdown. Welcome back to the programme, Susannah. Big job losses and a blunt reprimand from the boss. What do you make of Vodafone?
Well, certainly her comments were pretty honest and pretty refreshing, although, of course, it does seem as though investors are really waiting for proof that actually these job cuts will help turn the company around. We don't know the details. It's, of course, extremely painful for those staff watching and waiting to find out whether their department, their division will be affected. We understand that jobs will go at the headquarters in Berkshire in the UK, but also in Italy and Germany. In Germany, operations really have been struggling, but the company's also been weighed down by higher energy costs, for example. However, what the new CEO said was that actually compared to peers, Vodafone simply was not performing well enough, and that something radical needed to happen rather than incremental changes that had been made by her predecessor. So this was, I think, the scale of the job losses did come as a surprise, and now I think investors are just really waiting to see a bit more detail about this restructuring plan.
So are we looking at a Vodafone-specific problem or an industry-wide problem?
Well, certainly the scale and the might needed for the 5G rollouts has slightly been hampering European telecoms companies compared to their US peers. You need an awful lot of power behind you, and actually that's why partly there is this merger, which is Vodafone hopes will take place with Three to give them a bit of extra clout. Now, it certainly seems as though the CEO thought that Vodafone really needed to cut costs to really keep up with the competition and become more efficient, because it appears that she believes that they're gaining ground when Vodafone is falling behind. We may still see some efficiencies made by other European telecoms companies, because of course it's a highly competitive market, and the problem is when you're looking at competing, there's not much difference in price. Of course, in the cost of living crisis, consumers in particular are going for the cheapest options, and so it's particularly tough right now in the market.
So the new boss talked about problems in Germany. How difficult is that market for them?
Certainly, it is proving to be very difficult, and this was one of the reasons cited for these widespread job cuts. And it's very likely, given the weakness in Germany, that a significant number of the jobs will be there. But also there are plans as well to perhaps sell off the Spanish part of the business. It seems that there's a lot more detail that we need to see before you can really assess the full extent of the plans and exactly what kind of slimmer Vodafone will emerge from all of this.
Susannah, good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. That's Susannah Streeter, Head of Money and Markets at Hargreaves Lansdown.